What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Olympic gold medalist, 5-division world champion, retired Hall of Fame iconic superstar boxer, turned founder and promoter, Oscar the Golden Boy De La Hoya, who is the CEO and founder of Golden Boy Promotions. He promotes undefeated lightweight, junior, welterweight, Mexican superstar title contender, King Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has 23 wins, no loss and no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. He is 23 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. Ryan Garcia is coming off of a 6-round stoppage victory over former multi-division world champion, Dominican Republic star boxer Javier Fortuna in the 6th round. He dropped him 3 times and he ultimately got the 6th-round stoppage. With that said, once again, they started the campaign of calling out undefeated 3-division world champion superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who has 27 wins, no loss and no draw, 25 big wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. With that said, this is not the first time they started this campaign to call out Gervonta Tank Davis, okay, or any other fighter for that matter, okay. Now, Oscar De La Hoya, as I told you guys, did not want to make this fight happen with Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. Oscar De La Hoya has 2 rising major stars in the sport of boxing right now under his stable, and that's Ryan Garcia, and that's Vergil Ortiz Jr., undefeated Mexican welterweight superstar title contender, who is now 19 wins, no loss, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, and he's 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. He just came off a victory this past weekend against Michael McKinson, which he stopped him in the 9th round. Those are the 2 major stars that Oscar De La Hoya has under his stable, okay? And Oscar De La Hoya is not in the business right now of running the risk of one of them losing, okay? Although Vergil Ortiz wants to fight the best and Ryan Garcia says he wants to fight the best, Oscar De La Hoya is not in the business of seeing one of them lose. So immediately after Ryan Garcia was calling out Tank Davis and after his fight with Javier Fortuna, Oscar De La Hoya says that they were going to begin negotiations for a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. And then he stated that the problem is going to be PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman, who works closely and has a close relationship, a father-son relationship, with Gervonta Tank Davis's promoter, direct promoter, in Oscar De La Hoya's biggest rival, in 5-division world champion, retired, undefeated, Hall of Fame superstar, pound for pound, retired undefeated, Floyd Mayweather Jr., who's the founder and promoter Mayweather Promotions, and they promote Gervonta Tank Davis. But Floyd Mayweather has let it be known that he has a very close relationship with Al Heyman. Oscar De La Hoya is saying that Al Heyman has to be out the picture for this fight to be made, and that it needs to be directly between Floyd and himself. Personal issues that Oscar De La Hoya has with Al Heyman, because they used to work together at one point in time before the PBC was in existence. Then Al Heyman, he left, and he took majority, 90% of the stable of fighters from Oscar De La Hoya, and Oscar De La Hoya has been salty at Al Heyman ever since. I don't know what took place behind the scenes, but it's personal, okay? So with that said, he clearly has a personal agenda against him, and you clearly know that if you take these pokes and stabs at Al Heyman, that's going to offend Floyd Mayweather. But nonetheless, then he started to say that this needs to be a 50-50 fight, when Ryan Garcia has not ever done a pay-per-view, okay? The biggest fight in his career is his last fight with Javier Fortuna. He's fought this fight at the Staples Center in LA in his backyard. He didn't sell out the arena, okay? Crypto arena now, okay? There was tickets on sale for $26. Gervonta Tank Davis just reportedly did 300 to 400,000 pay-per-views. We know for a fact that he broke the live gate revenue at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, in his last fight against fellow stablemate, lightweight title contender, Rolando Rolly Romero, okay, star boxer, at the Barclays Center May 28th, and he did a gate of $5 million. So we clearly know he's the biggest star, right? He's seen as the face of the junior welterweight on down. Once you get to the welterweight division and above the heavyweight division, well, now you got competition, right? Now you got Errol Spence and you got Tyson Fury and you got guys of that magnitude, right? But junior welterweight on down, he's the cash cow. He's the man, Gervonta Tank Davis. So how could Ryan Garcia, because he has a social media following, be the A side, or A1 and A2, or AB and AA, or however you slice it? It's not even close. Yes, he has a huge social media following. Yes, he has endorsement deals, Gatorade commercials with NBA superstar and Dame Lillard. Yes, he has, almost 9 million social media followers, but that's not translating to the sport of boxing, because he would have sold more than 11,000 seats and tickets in his backyard in LA. Although stars did come out, but the arena wasn't sold out and tickets was for $26. So it's clear it doesn't translate. Okay? And so with that said, right, Ryan Garcia is not the A side. But I told you guys that Oscar De La Hoya was going to put this hurdle in the way to assure this fight don't happen, because he don't want to put his fighter at risk. Gervonta Tank Davis is a southpaw. We saw him get dropped and floored by southpaw and Olympic gold medalist, British lightweight, star title contender Luke Campbell 2 fights ago by a left hook. Luke Campbell don't have nowhere near the skill set, the talent, and the power of Gervonta Tank Davis. He just doesn't. He's a good fighter, but he's nowhere near as talented as Gervonta Tank Davis. He don't bring to the ring what Gervonta Tank Davis brings to the ring. Okay? And Oscar De La Hoya knows this. Once upon a time, Oscar De La Hoya said he had no interest in putting Ryan Garcia in the ring with Tank Davis no time soon, years down the road. Right? And he said Tank is a monster. We all know this. So he don't want to lose that cash cow, right? Derail that train. And so he's putting these hurdles in the way to prevent it from happening. Now, he just stated that he was in talks with Mayweather CEO Leonard Ellerbe, PBC, Steven Espinosa, Showtime president of sports, in which that's the network Tank Davis fights on. He just stated that he was in talks with them and things was starting to get on his way. Then 2 days later, he says he's done with trying to negotiate with them because he can't get in touch with nobody. They're avoiding him, and he believes that they're looking to make a fight, a rematch, with Mexican star lightweight title contender in Isaac Pitbull Cruz, who's 23 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 16 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'4" with a 63-inch arm reach. Tank Davis and Isaac Cruz, they fought December 2021. Tank Davis won a unanimous decision. He broke his left hand in the 6th round. You had people saying that they thought that Tank Davis lost the fight. Isaac Cruz won it. It should have been a draw. Every time Tank Davis don't get a knockdown or a knockout, people going to assume that he was exposed and he lost. Okay? But then Isaac Cruz, he came back April of this year. He stopped and knocked out Yuriokis Gamboa in the 5th round. And he has a fight coming up against Eduardo Ramirez. That's September 4th. Okay, on the undercard of Luis King Kong Ortiz versus Andy Ruiz fight. Okay, so Oscar De La Hoya is now, trying to say that they have a fight in place to face off against a rematch in Isaac Cruz before the year is up, right? And he can't get in contact with nobody. So now he's starting to talk about he's going to turn his attention to former unified lightweight world champion superstar boxer TEOFIMO Lopez, who is 16 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. TEOFIMO Lopez has a fight coming up. He has not gotten in the win column since he shockingly lost November 27th of last year, 2021, to former unified lightweight world champion Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr. via split decision. We have not seen TEOFIMO Lopez in the ring. TEOFIMO Lopez is making his ring return next week, okay? and he's making his debut at 140. It was another obstacle that they looked to put in the way. Okay, Teofimo Lopez is going to fight Pedro Campa next Saturday. Okay, Pedro Campa is 34 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. He is 23 wins by way of knockout. One time in his career he's knocked out. 30 years of age, 5'9" with a 68-inch arm reach. So Teofimo Lopez is going to face him in Las Vegas next week. Okay, well, this upcoming Saturday, excuse me, upcoming Saturday, he's going to fight Campo, right? But we haven't seen Teofimo Lopez in the ring. He's making his debut at 140. Now, with that said, Ryan Garcia's last 2 fights was at 140. Emmanuel Tago and his fight with Javier Fortuna, right? And after the fight, his last fight with Javier Fortuna, he stated that he don't know if he's going back down to 135 and that he wanted to have the fight with Tank Davis at 140. I told you guys he couldn't make the weight. They didn't want to force him to attempt to make 135 pounds. So it was convenient for Javier Fortuna to claim that he couldn't make the weight at 135 and the fight had to take place at 140. Well, then Ryan Garcia told you afterwards he's not going back down. Well, then he said that Tank Davis had to come up to 140. Tank had 1 fight at 140 against Mario Barrios, former WBA regular world champion, Mexican star boxer at 140. And Tank brutally knocked him out, dropped him 3 times, stopped him in the 11th round. But that was his first and only fight at 140, and they clearly made it clear that he's not comfortable fighting it. And so Ryan Garcia, Oscar De La Hoya said the fight needed to take place at 140 because they feel like they're going to have an advantage in size. And Floyd Miller came out and he stated that he's the A side and he's not going to fight. Gervonta Tank Davis is not fighting Ryan Garcia at 140. The fight have to take place at 135. So there's all types of hurdles. But now he's saying he's turning his attention to Teofimo Lopez, who fights at 140, right? So it makes sense that you would want to make that fight because you don't want Ryan Garcia to try to squeeze down to 135. And after the fight, conveniently, Ryan Garcia called out Gervonta Tank Davis, said he can't get Tank Davis. Then he's going to fight Teofimo Lopez. How ironic that now they're claiming that they turned their attention to Teofimo Lopez. But on the flip side of that, Maxie Hughes, British lightweight, IBO world champion, title contender, major title contender, Maxie Hughes, and his team just stated that Oscar De La Hoya contacted Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn, who also fights with DAZN, okay, as well as Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia, and they offered him the fight because that's another hurdle that they placed in the way is DAZN. They saying they want it to be a joint thing, 50-50 down the line. Tank is the A side and fights on Showtime. They never had any intentions of fighting Gervonta Tank Davis, as I told you guys. And this is not on Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya. This is on Gervonta Tank Davis because he's able to pick and choose who he wants to fight, when he wants to fight, because everybody is interested in fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. So they should have pursued the route of fighting undefeated, undisputed lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who is 28 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Like Gervonta Tank Davis stated, they fought a week apart for the second time. When Gervonta Tank Davis fought against Isaac Cruz, right? Devin Haney fought against Joseph Jojo Diaz, former IBF super featherweight Mexican superstar world champion. A week apart. They did it again. Tank Davis said he wanted to fight Devin Haney. I want to fight him. He's an email champion. He's been calling me out. He's clout chasing. That's who I want to fight next. Well, that's who he should have turned his attention full speed to, him next. Because if this situation with Ryan Garcia doesn't pan out like it's looking like it's not, okay? And Oscar De La Hoya is capping because they're not looking to fight Teofimo Lopez. That's not going to happen, okay? Talking about they're going to fight him next when Maxie Hughes is going to be the chosen opponent. And they're going to tell you that Bob Arum, legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO, and ESPN don't want to do business. They don't want to split it down the middle 50-50. Teofimo Lopez is still with top-ranking ESPN. And they're going to say they had to move on to the next best opponent, which is Maxie Hughes, who's on the zone, who's with Matchroom, it's an easy fight to make. Period. Okay? But this is on Gervonta Tank Davis and his team, because guess what? They are able to pick and choose who they want to fight, when they want to fight, in the fight they should have been pursuing and kicking the tires on and turning over the stones to see if they could have made a fight with Devin Haney. But everybody wants to pursue Ryan Garcia because he quote unquote is a mega star because of his social media following, but it don't translate to the sport of boxing. So this looks bad on Gervonta Tank Davis. That's who it looks bad on. Because who's he going to fight at this stage? Teofimo Lopez is wrapped up. 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko is not available. Okay. Devin Haney, now time is getting, it's crunch time. And he has a rematch with George Kambosos. Looks like that's going to be his direction. At this current time, it's still the first week in August. They need to kick the tires on this Devin Haney fight, if you're Gervonta Tank Davis, and make it happen in October. See what can be done and give George Kambosos step aside money. Period. Because it's going to be lack. You fight Isaac Cruz in a rematch at the end of the year. Who else is there available? Who else? So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, and get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like the shitty videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.